Yay, it's on. Okay. Hi, first grade, everybody. Ms. Allen's class, Ms. Needleman's class, Mr. Goya's class, my class. Bienvenidos. I am going to talk today about a new strategy that we're working on. Well, it's one that we've already worked on in class. So we're working on this at home while I'm going to read you a story, and then we're going to talk about it as I model some of these character traits in this book. So I am going to read a story that I will tell you the title to in a second, but we're going to look at a graphic organizer really quick. So this is sort of the graphic organizer that a lot of us have in our classroom. So it says character traits at the top, and characters can have traits on the outside, what they look like, what we can see. So like what color is their hair, their eye color, their height, their clothing, what kind of animal are they? Because sometimes it's not always a person, it's an animal, like in the story we're going to read today. And in their personality traits. So what kind of person are there? What kind of animal are they? What do they think? What words do they say? What do those things tell us about who they are or what kind of person they are? It can also be actions that they take throughout the story that tell you something about who they are. Okay, so this is our anchor chart that we can come back to. Here is the book we are going to read. The Pigeon Has to Go to School by Mo Willems. So you guys probably know Mo Willems already. He is an amazing author who has very, very funny stories. And his character, the pigeon, has many character traits, and they change generally. They usually change from the beginning to the end of the story, which is another thing that it's a first grade standard, being able to describe how a character changes from the beginning to the end of a story. So if you were to look at the pigeon, just by the cover, what can you tell he looks like? What's one of his character traits on the outside? What does he look like? What color is he? How tall is he? What is his facial expression? Does he look skeptical? That would be, okay, so what I just said, his facial expression, what he looks like, can also tell you something about what he's thinking or what he's saying. So here he's saying, come on! What does that tell us about how he feels about going to school? What do you think? So, we're going to read the story and find out. So his inside traits you can't really see yet, except for that he might be a little bit skeptical about going to school, and maybe you can decide what he looks like on the outside. Good job, guys. The pigeon has to go to school. I'm going to try to read it like this. There we go. Okay. A little picture of a school. Well, at least desks and chairs, not really a school. The pigeon has to go to school. Too late, rats. Why do I have to go to school? What is he thinking right now? How is he feeling? I already know everything. Go on, ask me a question. Any question. Well, I guess I don't know everything. Oh, sorry. Well, I know almost everything. Okay, so if you were to stop and think, what are his character traits? He's kind of a know-it-all, right? Maybe some negative traits. He's kind of like a smarty pants. He thinks that he knows everything. He doesn't think he has to go to school. Let's see what else we can find out. Does school start in the morning? Because you know what I'm like in the morning. It is not pretty. Oh boy. I wish I was a little chick again. A little itty bitty not going to school baby weighty pigeon. So maybe he's feeling like a little bit nervous about going to school because he's thinking like, well, I don't really want to go there because I don't know what's going to happen. So I wish I was a baby when I didn't have to do this stuff. What if I don't like school? What if I really don't like it? What if I really, 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 really don't like it? What if... Oh my gosh. What if the teacher doesn't like pigeons? What is a character trait that you could describe with him right now? He's very... If you're feeling very anxious about something, you might be very what? Where's the W? Worried. If you said worried, that's great. What if the teacher doesn't like pigeons? And the stuff. What about all the stuff? There's so much stuff to learn. Anybody make a connection with that? Does anybody feel like that sometimes about school, or maybe remote school, which is what we're doing right now when we have to do school on the computer? There is a lot of stuff to learn, but you don't have to feel so overwhelmed. It's okay. We're here for you. What if I learn too much? My head might pop off. Oh my gosh. I don't think anybody's head has ever popped off from learning too much. In fact, your brain just gets bigger, and that's awesome. He says, I'm scared. That's not surprising. Who was suspecting that he was feeling that way already? Yeah, I think so too. What will happen at school? What's gonna happen? Look at his facial expression. Look at his eyes are squinty. He's so worried. Oh, poor guy. What if there's math or numbers? What does the alphabet have? Why does the alphabet have so many letters? What about lunch? Reading can be hard with only one big eye. What will the other birds think of me? What's up with those heavy backpacks? I'm just a fragile bird. The unknown really stresses me out, man. Will finger paint stick to my feathers? Look at all the things he's thinking about. He's so worried. And he's so nervous and scared. There should be a place to practice these things. You have to practice those things in school. I think maybe somebody needs to tell him that. With experts to help you, and books and classrooms and other birds to work with and play. Wait a second. What is he saying? With experts to help you, that's teachers, and books and classrooms and other birds to work with and play with. Maybe a playground. What's he talking about in this picture? What can you tell? He's talking about school. Oh, that is school. Well, how am I supposed to get there anyway? What is that? School bus. We have some school buses at Pulaski, not a ton of them. No bus riders in my class, but some classes have them. Step aside. Coming through. This pigeon has to go to school. And then at the end of the story, he seems quite happy. So how did the pigeon change from the beginning of the story to the end? Did he change on the outside or on the inside? What do you think? Thinking back, did he change on the outside or the inside? He looks the same in the beginning of the story. Let's see. Well, maybe a little bit different. Maybe his facial expressions changed a little bit. He doesn't really look like that at the end. He looks like this. Yay! Excited. What else happened? Instead of feeling scared and nervous, what is he feeling? Excited. Maybe if you're very, very proud of yourself, you're feeling confident, right? Those are two character traits that he changed throughout the story. So he went from scared and nervous and upset to confident and brave, and he went from some negative character traits to some positive ones. So I hope you enjoyed this read aloud with me today. I will have another book up next week. I miss all of you so much. I hope you're having a fun time at home, and also reaching out to us as your teachers if you need anything, and that you had a good spring break as well. Okay guys, have a great one. See ya.